Alexandra, were it possible to say, Mother, I have seen more beautiful mothers, a most loving mother, and tell her there I will go, Alexandra, I would have long gone from you. But we have only one mother.
Yes, I would have long gone from you. That's Wally Serote reciting one of his famous poems, Alexandra, named after the township where we both grew up.
Do you love me, Alexandra, or what are you doing to me?
Wally and his family moved to Alex in 1956, when Wally was around 12 years old. He's 78 now. Even though this poem was written decades ago, it still speaks to me. His words are so true today.
Something tells me you are bloody cruel. You frighten me, Mama.
Alex hasn't changed that much. She's beautiful and deeply frustrating. She's nurturing, but as Wally says, Alex is frightening.
And amid the rubble I lay, simple and black.
Welcome to the third and final episode of I Will Not Grow Old Here. I'm Mary Ann Nobele. There's this thing I like to say. I'm a girl from Alex. I'm not an Alex girl. I like to make this clear to people who aren't from here. An Alex girl, she jumps at any guy who has money. She falls pregnant at a young age. She doesn't finish school or set goals for herself. She ends up living on social grants. And, well, she's stuck in Alex for the rest of her life. My friend Te, she once told me that an Alex girl even looks like Alex. She's full of potholes and burnt shacks. Imagine that. So yeah, I'm not an Alex girl, but a girl from Alex, most deaf. There was a time that wasn't the case. I remember keeping it from my friends at school. I didn't dare tell all those rich kids that I was from a township. I didn't want them to judge me or pity me. In fact, only one of my high school friends knew I lived in Alex. Yo, but I'd be lying if I didn't tell you the other side of the story. That as I've gotten older, I've also figured out that Alex is the reason I am who I am. And there's a lot to like about Alex. We have a rich culture here. Like the food. Have you ever eaten a sly? It's a sandwich filled with chips and cheese and egg and sausages. Like, come on, it's the best. Alex always has my back. We're a strong-knit community. And the vibe? There's always so much art and music happening in Alex. Like that chorus of young people we're listening to, they're rehearsing at San Kopano, a hidden gem in Alex. Kopano means togetherness in Sotho, which is very fitting. Our community literally comes together there to attend meetings and concerts and adult education classes. One of the singers you're hearing is Kidiboni's Khovela. She's 22, a poet and a performer at the Alex Arts Academy.
We need to create something bigger, something that will leave the next generation seeing, okay, our forefathers or our sisters or the last generation did this for us. Like when our forefathers fought for freedom, here we are, we say we're free and we are free. So what's next? We can't be always singing the same songs. We need new songs. We need new melodies to believe.
So I want to put you on the spot, right? Mm-hmm. And ask you to just bust a few rhymes about Alex. So it can be from one of your songs, it can be from the heart, but just spit a few bars for us.
You have any fun? Which song can I put on? Okay, boras mandan uthi-ke uphethe quantum jo abantwana abangaka yo sifike endaweni samosh ya ngiswag uyazi samosh ya ngambheka ngamtshela uthandani ya uphuzani ya ubhema asengitsho mommy like cheese boy she in love with the swag got the juice got the dash I'm from Gomor now nginyora let's go yeah that was a freestyle by the way.
We from the dirty north. We from the dirty north. We from the dirty north.
This is Richard Kalatushikati, but no one calls him that. He's Richie Rich, a rapper from Alex, which he calls the coolest place in the world. And because Alex is north of Johannesburg, he also calls it the Dirty North.
We from the dirty north. We from the dirty
In his music video for Dirty North, Richie appears in camo pants and what looks like a bulletproof vest. He drives around in a red sports car, busting ciphers about making it in Alex, while the camera cuts between Sandton and the township.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's like the chorus means a lot. And where the mummies wanna know where the cash at, gotta get that. Take you back to the real raps. I'm gifted, I know that you miss it. I'm talking about the line before, nigga hardcore, straight from the hood, and I know you're good. You know what I mean? Type of the stuff like that. You know what I mean? So straight from you know what I mean? So straight from the hood, that line also straight from the hood, and I know we all good. Like it just represents that. Yes, you're from Alex, but you can do better, right? You can actually do best for yourself. You know what I mean? We're all good, like we're cool. Trust me, you can actually do this.
So, Dirty North has nearly 3,000 views on YouTube. A few hip-hop magazines have covered it and run profiles on Richie. That's probably not enough to call him an influencer, but he is a successful hustler. Richie performs at night and weekends. Then during the week, he's a fashion stylist for Woolworths. They're a major clothing retailer in South Africa. Yet, despite all the talk about Alex being the coolest place to live, Richie left. The Alex Starboy is now a Cape Town Starboy. I have to say, I was happy for you when I found out that, you moved to Cape Town, but also a bit disappointed because it's just like so many people believing in you, and also the idea of staying in Alex to make it. And it's like, now you look like you moved on to bigger and better things outside of Alex.
When opportunity arises, I mean, you should just grab it with like both hands and not like let it go. For me, it's just like that. You know what I mean? You have to grow as a person.
So do you ever want to live in Alex again?
I still wanna like have like something in Alex. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna So I wouldn't wanna go back and live there, but I wanna have something there.
That's the dream, right? To have one foot in Alex and the other in Sandton or Cape Town. I mean, Richie wants to build a recording studio for kids to grow and develop their talent. I also want to give back to Alex someday. I have this dream of starting a community project for kids. We'd help them with homework and give them a safe space to hang out after school.
I know that like a lot of bad stuff is going on there, but like I feel like there's a lot of more positive stuff going on right now. And I don't like focusing on the bad side of like Alex mostly. Like I focus on the good side of it, because I hate how the news and the media have shown Alex, because they don't show you the nice parts of Alex or the nice things that happen in Alex all the time. They trying to like put the bad stuff like the shags, the pollution. Like when you grow up there, you actually grow up with this mentality and this mindset, this creative mindset and this drive that you have, like that you have and that I have and that other people have, because you come from there. You know what I mean? Because there's no other place like Alex, right? There's no place like Alex, trust me.
But noma ungayakuphi ngeke uyitholele swag. I'm a self-made cheese boy, look at my swag.
Richie Rich is not wrong. There is no place like Alex. But we get to say that because Richie and I got lucky. We both went to Model C schools. We were both raised by strong single mothers. And at the end of the month, our families took us out to places like Sandton, where we got a taste of the good life outside the township. Compared to many Alexandrians, we're privileged. And as a result, our lives are progressing faster than many other people our age in Alex. We aren't part of the 70% of unemployed young people. But that could change at any time. And if we're anxious, what about people our age who are already unemployed?
Hi, my name is Sharon Mudisaizile.
Hi, my name is Mary Ann. I heard that you guys help people with employment, so I want a job.
You want a job? Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Nice to meet you. Oh, okay.
I'm not actually applying for a job, but I've come to a place in Alex that's trying to help the 70%. I'm going through the process step by step so I can actually understand how they do that.
Here is our reception area. Mm-hmm. You have to come and register within our portal. It's where our potential clients.
This is Yes Hub in Alexandra. Yes stands for Youth Employment Service. It's a private agency that connects unemployed young people from townships and rural areas to paid job opportunities. They also train them in skills companies are looking for. Sharon Maditele has a disability and was unemployed until she came to Yes Hub. Now she's their receptionist.
I'm a bit of a motivation to everyone that comes in here to register, that there is hope, even if you are on a wheelchair, whatever the circumstances or whatever the condition may be.
Youth are also trained here on everything, from putting together a resume to managing their time and what to wear at an interview. It's basically a one-stop shop for upskilling local youth.
Hi, my name is Mbali Gekla. I am the CLO of the Yes Hub in Alex.
A CLO is a community liaison officer. Mbali is showing us the area where youth get hands-on training.
Cool. Let's go to culinary space.
The kitchen! No kitchen! The cooking school was stunning, very professional and huge. Bigger than my grandma's house, I swear. I also saw their latest project, where youth will learn to fly drones. And they had a very cool 3D printing workshop where they print so many things. Jewelry, parts for cars and bikes, even a chess set. But I was eager to talk to the students at Yes Hub who were struggling to find work, like Wendy Bapela.
Hey. Hi. Hello. How are you? I'm fine, thanks, and you?
Wendy Bapela is 27 years old and a student at Yes Hub. She already holds 2 degrees. 2. A bachelor's in geography and an honors in geology. And despite all that, she's never had a full-time job. Wendy says she's only had part-time work since graduating in 2018. None of those jobs were in her field, so here she is, at Yes Hub taking even more classes. This time, she's learning how to fly a drone. What other challenges have you faced while looking for employment?
I would just say having money to scan, because everything is online now, and scanning papers, it's expensive, so you'd have to always have money for printing, for photocopies, and scanning as well. Yeah.
So a recent study found that youth spend an average of 900 Rand a month to look for a job. That's about $50, which covers things like cell phone data and transport costs. This means that some young people have to choose between skipping lunch or finding work. Some youth will even volunteer to get their foot in the door. But not everyone can afford to work for free. Young people also get told to become job creators and not just job seekers. Become an entrepreneur, they say.
I really believe that creating your own business and going down an entrepreneurship route, it's not the solution, but it is part of the solutions that we need to
That's Alia Katrada. She's one of the managers at Yes Hub.
If you can create a business and that is your sole income, not a side hustle, that would be amazing. You're your own boss. That's cool. You can then also create more jobs.
Frankly, I'm not sure it's that simple. A few years ago, my aunt started a beauty salon. She's still trying to get it off the ground. My gran, she once cooked food as a side hustle, but it could never be a full-time job for her. On Instagram, I promote businesses that support me. For example, a friend of mine does my hair, I take pictures, post them, and tag her beauty salon. I have around 9,000 followers. That's a lot, but I just have no idea how to make money from it. And where are you supposed to get money to start a business anyway? If you're unemployed and no money is coming in, no bank is going to finance you. My friend Te says you just can't win.
I don't have money to start a business. I have a whole lot of ideas. I just don't have money to do it.
Need money to make money, nah?
Yeah. So if I don't go to school, then I need to start my business. But with my business, I need to get capital. And with capital, I need to get employed somewhere. And I can't get employed somewhere if I don't have education. So I need to get education.
And so, with this giant hill to climb out of unemployment, people give up. It's not laziness. It's tiring. It's a lot.
You can only push so far. I mean, when you enter year 2, year 3 of unemployment and no prospects, and all the emails you're getting is regrets, when you actually going out there knocking on doors, leaving CVs, and you're not getting a response, no one is addressing the depression that comes with that.
That's Nhlanhla Mlangeni. He's tried it all. He's taken every job he could get, but he has still gone through several periods of unemployment. The last time was for 2.5 years. That's when he started his own beverage delivery company. He's also a podcaster. Nhlanhla just happened to be visiting Yes Hub when my colleague Darshan and I stopped to talk to him.
And the states of depression need alleviation, and that's where they turn to narcotics, alcohol, all this self-destructive behaviors and entertainment just to ease the pain of dealing with this hopelessness. It's not just you who's unemployed, but it's a whole family. And struggling, you now switch into survival mode. You're no longer thinking about finding a job. Now it's thinking about where your next meal is coming from.
Have you had to deal with this in your own life?
Yes, I've had spells where I've been unemployed and I've had to find ways to survive. And no one tells you about family turning their backs on you. No one tells you about friends leaving you in those dire circumstances. No one tells you how to deal with being a burden.
My belief is that we fix South Africa by providing jobs.
That's Alia Kathrada again. She comes from a very political family. Her grandfather, Ahmed Kathrada, spent 26 years in prison for opposing apartheid. He spent much of that time alongside his friend, Nelson Mandela.
During apartheid, there was one clear enemy, and that enemy was the apartheid government, the system. Here, there isn't a tangible enemy. And here's a government who's saying that they're trying to help you, but are you being helped?
Alia says there are over 20,000 youth enrolled across Yes Hub's programs. But with millions unemployed, staff at Yes Hub must feel like they're trying to put out a forest fire with a bucket. Unemployment is completely out of control.
Why do you think this is the case?
I think there are several reasons, starting off with, systemic issues that have...
As much as I appreciated Alia's answer, I'd heard it before. Again and again. The legacy of apartheid, the crazy cycles Tia talked about, the poverty.
Are people economically free?
I sat and listened to Alia, and I could literally feel the frustration build up inside me.
Like, I always knew struggling, but I feel like now that I'm older, I realize that a lot of the people around me aren't just struggling. It's not like just a tough month or, oh guys, you're not going to have snacks for lunch. It's just going to be a sandwich. That was struggling for me, but realizing that for a lot of people living in Alex, it is poverty. Like, it's fair to say that they're living in poverty. But now that I'm older and I'm actually understanding the homes of the people around me, it's like, this is what poverty looks like. Crime happens here. Like I said, someone, you're gonna get mugged. It's like, yes, there's guns, but we're not working, we're hungry. And even if we get jobs, our, managers are trying to sleep with us. It's like a...
Believe it or not, I literally talked for 10 minutes, straight. I told Alia about my friends who are struggling with babies and how living at my grand's is so crowded. About seeing how lavishly people live outside of Alex, with cars and houses and businesses that they are literally waiting to inherit. About the fear I've heard in the voices of young people who are unemployed. I told her about how I have 5 jobs and I still can't leave Alex. And how I feel guilty for not recognizing my privilege when I have so much, even here in Alex, and when so many people have so little. Eventually, I had to take a breath, and Alia got to say something.
You said so much. Your story is heartbreaking. It really is. Like, you're so young. You have such a clear understanding on what you want your life to look like. Your emotions are complicated, and your problems, yes, they may be privileged, but that doesn't like reduce them. Like, I don't think that you should deny it or underplay that these are real issues in your life. You are a hustler. Continue hustling.
Hi. Fine, how are you?
Head southeast.
We're going to Lombardi East, man. Yeah. The power's out in Alex again. I'm so over it. So I'm taking an Uber to my mom's new place in the burbs to charge my phone and get ready for lunch with my friend. My mom's been living there for a while, but this is actually my first time going there. Don't worry, it's not that deep. My year's just been really busy, and my mom, she visits us all the time at my grand's house. I've been feeling really frustrated with staying here. I think mostly with this whole power cut thing, because who the hell doesn't have electricity for 3 days? Like, what is that? And my mom has electricity, so I think that's what's boring me. The fact that if I was staying with my mom, I wouldn't be having this problem. I wouldn't have to travel to her now just to take a shower. I'm not going to bath with cold water. I did that for the past 2 days, and I was miserable. I don't know how people do that whole ice bath thing. So on top of the ongoing power outages, I'm miserable about work too. I've been realizing lately that my jobs will likely disappear in the next few months. My radio voiceover work, Gun-Free South Africa, even reporting this podcast. Guys, this is episode 3 of 3. I'm about to lose all of it. Ngapha, it's ridiculously hot outside. Yo, hi, I need a shower and some me time. My mom has this way of calming me down. Always. We get along so well. Sometimes we just sit around thinking about what the future holds. Let's say you were to paint a picture on this white wall of the 3 of us 10 years from now. What do you think that picture would look like?
It would be a picture with your baby pictures. Me as a mommy, obviously, and you guys with the nice garden at the back, and me holding one on
each of us.
Yeah, on my sides, and then this beautiful, we dressed like those old. When they were used to dress in dresses and gloves.
Like on Bridgerton.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, we dress like that, and we're just posing and beautiful pictures like that, yeah.
And life's great.
Something like that, yeah.
So you basically sound very hopeful for like Hloni and I's future, ne?
Of course I am. And I believe you guys will make it. I believe Hloni will be that teacher that she wants to be. And with you, Bona, we're going to see you on TV and stuff. Auntie Neo always says, that one will boom out so nicely in this industry. And I can see that. It may be going slow now, but I can see it coming.
I get so stressed thinking that next year I really might not have anything for me. I think right now, the only thing that has me staying positive is your guys' faith in me, if I'm being all the way honest. Like, if I didn't have the support structure from you guys, I'd probably be crying myself to sleep every night because I'm so stressed about being unemployed.
Think positively. I promise you, once you put your mind to it and be positive, you will achieve all you want.
You know what, Marlene, don't stress me. Let's go. I'm locking up the office after a long day at Gun-Free South Africa. My colleague Marlene and I just can't wait to leave. It's late, it's getting dark outside, and we're both wondering whether there'll be electricity at home.
Bye.
Bye. Since it's getting late, I decided to splurge on an Uber. If I take a shared taxi, it won't drop me off at my doorstep. And I want to avoid walking home alone in the dark. It's just not safe. So I know I've already mentioned hearing gunshots at night and how I pray each time that it's not someone I know. But a few days ago, it was. Joshua Mbata was my former colleague at Alex FM. Joshua was shot dead on his way home from work. Robbers shot him in the chest, and all they took were his shoes and his phone. It was his daughter's birthday. That same night in Alex, 7 more people were shot. I'm so glad I took an Uber. So my driver heads east, taking us across the main road towards Alex. But you know, the best thing about my ride home is the lights. The Sandton lights. The mosque is lit, the skyscrapers, all just twinkling in the distance. Sandton is like our little New York. It all looks so amazing. I can't help but stare from the backseat of this car. Those lights give hope to Alex kids that there's something bigger and better out there for them. I've had a taste of those lights, and that's why I know I want more. But right now, Alex is where I'm headed. Okay. Someone on? I'm stopping along the way home to pick up my little cousin from daycare. Playtime is finished, Nana. We have to go home. Say bye. See you tomorrow, Sadie. Why are we fighting? Come. Here's what's true to me. I've saved some money to buy a little more freedom. I plan to buy a car. I want something nice. Something that makes me feel like all my years of hard work haven't been for nothing. I've also traveled this year. I've been to Greece and Egypt for work and a little vacation. But when I return, I land back in Alex. It's like one foot somehow manages to make it out of Alex, while the other is stuck in some kind of quicksand that I can't escape from. I can't even open the gate. Come open. I know this to be true as well. Not everyone's going to make it out of Alex. But I believe I have what it takes to get out of Alex. And so I've made a promise. A promise to myself that I will not grow old here. Open the door. Open the door. You're not tall enough yet. Okay, push. Good boy. Yo. Okay. And we're home.
This series is produced by Radio Workshop and the Children's Radio Foundation. Darshan Moodley is our senior producer. Joe Jackson is our managing producer and created our episode artwork. Rob Rosenthal and I edited this podcast. Additional production assistants Martha O'Donovan and Ashley Ellis. Original music by Luyanda Mafiana, Selective Hearing, and Zach Malobo. Additional music by Blue Dot Sessions. This episode features the poetry of Waleserode, together with music from the Alex Arts Academy and Richie Rich. Sound engineering by Mike Rayfelt. And our studio technician is Sims Gula. A big thanks to Catherine Grenfell at Audio Militia Studios, and a special thanks to community radio station Alex FM station manager Takalani Nemangoe and Samira Modike. This episode of I Will Not Grow Old Here and the work of the Children's Radio Foundation would not be possible without support from the Open Society Foundation. Visit our website for more information and to support our work at childrensradiofoundation.org. I'm Lesedi Mokhwatle.